And thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a total body workout using our Fitball. Now the Fitball is definitely a very neglected exercise tool, but it can be used for a huge range variety of exercises, not only just for our core but for our upper body and our lower body as well. Make sure you've done a really good warm-up before tackling this workout, and I'm going to give a few different options. Some will be easier, some will be harder, so make sure you pick the option that is good for you, and always remember, we never sacrifice our form just to make an exercise harder. So let's get started. Okay, our first exercise is called ball pass. I'll give two options, one that's a little bit easier and one that is the next step up. So the setup is really simple. We put the ball in between our calf muscles, and we're going to start with our legs up into this tabletop position and making sure that we're pushing our backbones down flat towards our mat. We're going to bring our arms overhead. So this is the easy option. We're going to push our legs up. You're going to bring the legs up above your hips. You're going to take your arms and grab a hold of the ball. You're going to slowly lower it down. Your arms and your legs will go down. Now we only go down to the point where you know that your back is still flat. So if you start to arch, it probably means we've come a little bit too far, and then you're going to transfer it back over. So this is just a little bit easier. You're going to hold in your abs. You're going to lift on up, grab and hold the ball, and then coming on back down. So to make it that little bit harder, as you come up, you're going to lift the head and shoulders up, put the ball in between your legs. You're going to slowly lower down, but the head won't go back down. You're going to keep your chin in. Again, that nice flat lower back. Hold in the abs. Slowly come up and take hold of the ball. So we never want that back to arch off the mat. And if you want to do the breath, it really helps. So this will be the inhale down. Still keeping my chin, eyes on the ball. Exhale, slowly come up. Grab a hold of the ball and going back down. So always remember, flat lower back. Okay, next, so still rolling on with our abdominal and our core strength, we're going to be doing a plank on our Fitball. I'm going to give three different options. Option one is the easiest option, where the ball is going to be above our knees. Option two is going to be below our knees, and option three will be all the way out. So the biggest thing we're looking for today is a nice flat lower back. We should never ever feel any pain in our lower back when we're doing a plank. So once I roll out, I'm going to show you exactly how to set yourself up properly. So to roll through the levels, we're going to roll on out on our Fitball. So make sure you're nice and safe. So level one will be just above our knees. So we can really see that the ball is supporting my body completely. I've got my abs in nice and tight. I'm setting myself up, making sure my back isn't arched like this, so I really want to lift up and tuck under. So level two is we're going to roll out, and the ball's going to be below our knees. So again, I'm going to make sure I'm not arched through my lower back. To stop that, I'm going to lift up, I'm going to tuck under, and I'm going to hold. Option three is I'm going to be all the way out onto my feet. So this is the hardest option. Please don't pick this if you're feeling like your hips are dropping down like this. To stop that, lift up, tuck under, really draw your abs in, and we're going to breathe nice and naturally. So again, this is the hardest option. This is something that is good to work towards. So really draw your abs in and keep tucking that bottom under. Now that we've learned how to set up a really nice plank, we're going to roll through that exact same setup. We're just going to take it to the next step. So the next exercise is called tuck. Have a look first. If you don't feel comfortable or confident doing, don't even attempt it. Now, when we set ourselves up, we're going to come into the plank position. So what we're looking for in the plank is we don't want to be all the way out into level 3. We want to be about in the level 2 position. So we want our feet flexed and toes really tucked around the ball. We're going to hold our abs in. We're going to draw our knees up towards our chest. So bring the ball up, and then we're going to roll it back out. Reset those abs. So tuck the bottom under. Draw those knees up, and you're going to hold and then come back out. So the breath will be inhale up, exhale back out. So the key is to making sure that your feet are really wrapped around the ball to control it up and then to control it back out. And of course, the most important thing that we should be doing is holding our abs in. So inhale up, exhale out. Next is our push-up. So we're going to be doing it with our legs on the ball. So we're going to set ourselves up just like we were doing in our plank and our tuck. So again, we're looking for that nice flat lower back, and we're going to use exactly the same options as we did before. Today, I'm going to be choosing option 2. So we always want to pick the option that we know we can keep that nice flat lower back throughout the entire exercise. Now the scale is going to be completely up to you. I try to aim between 8 and 10, but if you're fatiguing, if you're feeling like you're shaking or you're losing form, please stop straight away. We should never ever push through an exercise with bad form. So setting ourselves up, coming onto the ball in the level that you feel most comfortable with. I'm going to go for that option 2, making sure my bottom's tucked down. I'm going to bring my hands about shoulder width apart. If you're a bit sore in the wrist when you do this exercise, you can turn the fingertips slightly out. Now, abs in, very important. You're going to bend the elbows, you're going to bring the body down, and then you're going to slowly push yourself back up. Abs in, inhale down, exhale, slowly come back up. So in my Fitball classes, I don't really mind how far people come down. So if they feel like they can only come to here with good form and push back up, that's fine, because over time you're going to get nice and strong. So again, we're looking for that flush lower back. So we don't want arch like this, lift up, tuck the bottom under, abs in, inhale down, exhale lift. So we want to be careful with our neck as well. If you come down, don't keep pushing down with your neck. That should stay in a nice neutral position. Again, inhale down, exhale lift. Our last upper body exercise before we move on to our lower body is a reverse plank. So again, that bottom tucked under, just like we've been practicing in plank, tuck and push up, we're still carrying that through. So the setup, a little bit different this time. We're going to have our knees on the floor. We're going to bring the elbows to the front of our ball and hands to the back. So the options are with your hands. It's a little bit easier if you clasp them together, or it's harder if you have them apart. So you're going to hold your abs in, you're going to lift on up into a plank position, hips up, bottom tucked under, and we're going to hold. So again, up to what you would like to do with your hands. I like to pick the option that we know the ball's nice and still. We're holding our abs in, relaxing the shoulders, and we're going to be holding. So again, don't arch through the lower back. Keep lifting up and tucking under, and put some weight through the balls of your feet as well. That'll take the pressure off the shoulders. So just keep continually breathing and try and keep this ball as still as possible. Alright, let's give our upper body a bit of a break and let's move on to our lower body. Now we're coming into our, well, my favourite of all time exercises, hamstring killers as I like to call them. All we're doing is we're putting our feet on top of the ball and we're going to be rolling the ball out and slowly coming on back in. So you're going to feel an awesome burn in the back of your legs. So what we're going to do is we're going to just lie on back. We're going to bring our legs into a tabletop position. So feet, knees above our hips, shins out, and our heels are just at the front of the ball. So you're going to hold your abs in, you're going to push your backbones flat into the mat, and you're going to slowly roll the spine up. So we're rolling up to the point that we're looking for quite a straight line in your back. We don't want to lift too high like this. So abs in, you're going to roll the ball out so our legs are as straight as possible, flexing the feet, so think toes towards the roof, and slowly draw the ball back in. So if you've got a flat ball like me, it's going to hurt even more. So you're going to roll the ball out nice and slow, slower the better. Abs in, slowly come on back in. So this is your working point. The more you bring that ball in, the better. We want to aim to try and keep these hips as still as possible, so don't let them drop down too far. So bring the ball back in. We're going to roll the ball out and slowly come on back in. Time to get into some squats. So we're going to grab our ball, place it on the wall, and we're going to bring it behind our back. So we're pretty much looking at resting the ball in the middle of our back. We're going to bring our legs out at about hip distance apart. So I'm going to give a few different varieties here. So let's just start off with a normal squat. So what we're looking for, our knees should never go over our toes. So throughout the exercise, just keep continually looking, making sure you can just see your toes in front. You're gonna hold your abs in, shoulder blades down and back. You're gonna bend your knees and you're gonna squat on down. We're looking for your legs in a straight line between knees and hips. You're gonna squeeze your butt and push on back up. So this is just a normal squat. Abs in, you're gonna lower down, hold, and then slowly coming on back up. A different variety is what I like to call sumo squats. So you bring the legs a little bit wider apart. You're going to turn your knees and your toes out. You're going to drive those knees wide. You're going to squat down. You're going to hold, abs squeeze, gently come on back up. So same thing, we're just going to drive those knees out and then slowly come on back up. The last option is a plie squat. So we're still going to have our knees and our toes turned out, but we're going to bring our feet a little bit closer in together. We're going to lift the heels up onto the balls of our feet. I would say this is more the advanced option. You're going to squat down, you're going to hold, and slowly coming on back up. So again, we're going to squat down, hold, abs, gently coming on back up. Last exercise for this awesome total body workout, we're going to burn those inner thighs. So grab your ball and we're going to put it in between your legs. Now, you just put it wherever it feels comfortable for you. So we're going to start in this tabletop position. Make sure we push those back bones out flat. Again, abs in, most important thing. And you're going to exhale, squeeze that ball as much as you can. Inhale, release, still holding in your abs. Relax your shoulders. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, release. Now, how hard you work is entirely up to you. There's no levels with this one, so you have to try and squeeze that ball as much as you can and then release. To make it a little bit harder, you can squeeze in for 1, hold, 2, hold, 3, hold, and release. Abs in, you can squeeze in for 1, 2, 3, and release. Or you can do double time, so squeeze in nice and quick, really holding in those abs, and at the last minute, hold as for as long as you can. Your legs are going to shake, especially after the squat, so relax those shoulders and really draw in those abs as much as you can.